So welcome to Total Social Marketing of Today. We are here with Indira Martínez, a developer in the area of Old Town.
Bergen County.
Confusing your companies here. Of Bergen County. And she works, she's worked in a mansion. She's working on 2 flips. The prices are up there. But we have a question for her because I know a lot of ladies like to prepare. Us, man, we're a little sloppy in certain things, but we know that you have a vision board and that's how you prepare your year. So now that we're halfway through November, December is right around the corner. How do you prepare for 2022?
So I actually never did. I was not a planner for many years. I just went along with life and things as they happened in whatever order they happened.
Like me. I do that.
And a few years back, actually I was with a really close friend, and we were talking about end of year. She's like, why don't you do a vision board? So I was going through a lot at that moment. So I felt like I needed to put a few things down because I think my mental health was really going to be saved by the things that needed to happen the following year. So I did just that. I created a vision board. So it's basically just like taking images of things that you want to accomplish the following year. Now they have to be achievable goals. You can't put on there
a Ferrari.
I'm going to become
buy a Ferrari cash.
That is not realistic. It has to be things that you can actually achieve, that you can actually accomplish. And I did just that, and they were really simple things. One was, I remember back then it was I needed to move, and I put that on my board. I wanted a new job, and I put that on my board. So there were really simple things.
So what year was it that you started doing this?
Wow, I think it was 2016.
Okay,
into 2017.
So that means
ago.
So you only have like 5 years in it.
What's funny? It's yes. When I think back of my growth, my personal, financial, my professional growth, it has all happened within 5 years.
Really?
All of it. Before that, for many reasons. One big reason is I have children, and my children were younger, so I was being a mom.
You had to have more attention.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so that's how I started doing a vision board. It was really simple. I didn't have anything on there that was crazy. But then I kept doing it.
So give us some examples of like those simple things in 2016 that you put to achieve for 2017.
So, like I said, moving was one of them because that's something that I needed to do.
That's when you moved from New York to New Jersey.
No, that's a long story.
Well, I mean, you said
now you're asking too many questions.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
You're from New York?
I was already living in New Jersey. I was already on the first flip that I purchased.
Okay.
Yeah. So I needed to move out of that home for many reasons. And that's something that I put on my vision board. I wanted a new job because I felt like, I was in the same position, in the same place for too long. So there were simple things. I remember, I think that was the year that I've always talked about writing a book, and I remember putting that on my vision board. That did not happen.
For 2016.
But that didn't happen. That did not happen. But let me tell you.
Imagine if that was at that time. Imagine now, just like autobiography.
So this is the thing. The thing is that everything you put on a vision board, this is how I feel. Normally what I do is I do it by myself. I'm alone. I am in a space where I'm, quiet. It's just me, and I start putting all the images of the what I want to accomplish for that year, and it almost becomes like some sort of prayer, because it's very personal for me. It is.
You said that nobody can see it. I wanted to see it, but you don't want to show me.
No, I do not show my vision board to anybody.
Come on. I wanted to see it.
I mean, maybe one day I'll share, but I haven't.
You'll share 2016 because it's 5 years ago.
I don't know. I just think it's like a diary. It's something personal to me. So
yeah, because I know a lot of people out there put pictures in their social media of it.
Yeah, I don't do that. But regardless, whatever you want to do.
You're a more intimate person with your stuff. I understand.
Well, I've always been very private, and I've had a very close, small circle. So, yeah, I guess that's just part of who I am. That has nothing to do with
personality.
Yeah.
A lot of people, actually, now that we're talking about the marketing, right? A lot of people need to understand that business is business and personal life is personal life. Keep them separate. Don't show everything. Sometimes that's bad.
Yeah, and actually, now that you brought that up, a lot of my close friends and family are like, oh, you're posting on social media, you're taking, you're being more public, and it's, to everybody, even to me, is strange because that's not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I decided to do it is because I've had a lot of conversations with people, and I want to tell my story just so that because I don't think my life is that interesting, and I really have a lot more to go, a lot more to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm doing it is because I think, well, you know what? Maybe it's the 30-year-old Indira who's listening to me, in 10 years. Well, I think I just gave up my age, didn't I? Maybe it's a 30-year-old Indira.
I don't think she wants it to be part of it.
Maybe
she's lying. She's 34.
Maybe it's a 30-year-old Indira who's listening to the now Indira and can get some some tips, and I can say something that might impact them. And it's really about impacting people. And I said about 3 years ago, this is why, I've been wanting a career change, because I want what I do to make a difference. I want to make an impact. I don't want to just do things to do them. I don't want to just have a job. I don't want to just make a paycheck. I don't want to just, so it has to be more meaningful. And that has to do with...
That's what I was going to ask you. Why does it need to be more meaningful for you?
I think because I've been through a lot, and the way that I was able to get through a lot of things was kind of talking myself out of them. And not everybody can do that. People
listen more than they don't listen to themselves, but they do listen to other people.
Yeah, and not many people can do that. And I come from, I have 4 siblings, and out of 4, we all, had similar upbringings, and one decided to do one thing, the other one decided to do another thing. So you wonder, you have the same experiences. Why do we make different choices? And I think it's just because, again, you either surround yourself with the right people, surround yourself with yourself and talk yourself out of situations that you probably shouldn't be in, or, you need to get out of. So it's just sharing my experiences and sharing how I've managed growth, life,
and also knowledge,
children, knowledge. Yeah.
To be 100% honest with you, started this 2014. What was it you said? You started flipping a house?
Yeah.
That was your first flip?
2014. Yep.
And that was,
you pay attention to me.
Yeah, I have to. Hello.
Shoot, you got the year right.
2014 was when you started your first flip, and now you're working on 3. Well, you were working on 3 until you finished one that's going out, but now you're trying to get another one. So it took you a couple of years to get to where you are today, and it was by yourself. You didn't have daddy's wallet.
Oh, I definitely do not have daddy's wallet. That's not a thing. I had to figure it out. And
so at least tell one of those stories that you went through to be able to know where you are today and what you had to do with your family to get to where you are today.
Well, you know what? Okay, so I'll keep it really simple so that people know. And we'll go back to the vision board after this because, clearly that's what we came to focus on. But I'll tell you this. I always say it's not easy. So take a guess how many times I've moved in the past 9 years.
I mean, you can put me to guess because I know.
You do not know. How many times?
8.
17.
Oh, wow. Double my number.
7. 17. So can you imagine what that did to my kids?
There's no stability.
None. So
back to the vision board.
Back to the vision board, which is why I had to move. I had to put that on that vision board.
Yeah. So back to the vision
board.
Back
to the vision board. Yeah. So I that's how I started. I started by doing a vision board, and then I've done it ever since. I do it. I make it a point to before the end of the year. I sit by myself and I do my. And vision
nobody
board.
Sees it.
Nobody sees it.
I still can't believe that. Like.
But that's not why is that so shocking?
For me, it's shocking because, like, for example, your inner circle, right? Inner. I'm not saying the there's levels in my life personally too, and she knows I'm like that. There's an inner circle. I didn't understand before when my mom used to tell me, why do you have to put everything in social media when I was starting, like when I was 16, 17? I'm like, because, that's the trend. Like, that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
But then I started getting older and more mature and like thinking about certain things. Stuff started happening in my family where people were actually making comments about where we were, what we were doing. So I was like, I don't want people to know this. Okay, you can find out later, but not now. Like, I want to control the message. So now I have my inner circle, which is my family. Mm-hmm. Then I have my work circle, my work friend circle. And then I have work, and then I have people that outside. What I post on social media, it's controlled. Not everybody sees everything. Mm-hmm. So I do understand what you mean when you say, like, your vision board is something personal because you don't want an outsider to affect any of that process. I think the reason why you don't understand, and this is about to get a little deep, I think the reason why you don't understand is because your upbringing is a little different than mine. You had a really close family. Mm-hmm. My childhood was a little different. So I protect your things.
I don't, you feel protected by your family.
You don't expose yourself to be hurt. Because if you expose it, it might cut a little deeper than what it will cut me, for example.
No. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is there is a family dynamic that you had growing up that I didn't.
I understand. Okay.
So
it's hard for me to see the reason why you're being so protected with that.
Yeah.
Versus me, I can show it to my inner family.
You can show it to maybe your brother or your, this is not to say I am very close to my sister, one of them. but you can show it to your brother, or you can show it to your cousin, or you can show it to your mom and your dad.
But not all my cousins, by the way, just like one or two.
But you know what I mean. So the point is that it just depends on how you grew up and the family dynamic that you had.
I understand you now 100%, right? I was blessed with having a united family, and like not all my family is united like we are, but I have a very good circle. We all come from different places and we all come from different things. Sometimes we don't understand decision making in other people, but we don't look back to the reasons why those decisions were made the way they were made. So in your case, I understand now more than ever, here on a live video, I understand now more than ever why you're so guarded with certain things, and why even sometimes people could have the best of intentions, but because where you came from, you have to double, triple, quadruple.
Yeah, and check. I think deep down it has a lot to do with my mom and what I watched her go through growing up. It has a lot, and I know it has a lot to do with that. I've never really talked about it. I'm the typical Latina who thinks I don't need therapy. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna be fine.
It's a Dominican thing.
It has to be, but it's but I know it has a lot to do with what I saw my mom go through. So now I'm just like,
you guard it.
People know me. People that know me know that I'm very like they call me rough around the edges.
So let's just say that we're working on some things, and I have had to explain the things we're working on about 20 billion times because she's still like, hey, you sure?
Just
You okay? Are you sure?
I'm used to doing things by myself. That's what it is.
And I can see it, and I understand. And that's why sometimes I have to swallow and be like, I got you, girl. Got you.
Anyway, so back to the vision board. It's the one thing that I do religiously at the end of every year. Realistic goals, things that you know you can accomplish. And I think this is what's happened with me, you know. Every year, I look back at it, and everything that I have on that vision board, it manifests itself in different ways. It might not be exactly what I put on there, but it's very strange how I'm like, wow. You know?
let's do like, if you're telling someone right now how to do their vision board for 2022, what are the 5 to 10 steps that are priority to have, or not steps, but I mean things to have, like what?
Well, that's more personal. It depends on where you are in life.
I know, I understand that, but I mean, like when you start doing it, you have like the reasons. Like for example, what are things you can share?
Yeah, okay.
That will be.
That's fair. So I think for me, and again, going back to the reason why I started doing this, it had a lot to do with finding peace. So the first thing that I thought about when I thought of doing my vision board is, what do I need to find peace? Because if you don't have peace, if you're not in a good place, you're never going to be able to work hard, to be confident, to go out there and say, yeah, I got this, right? So I needed peace. Okay. And that's what I went after. That's what I knew that I had to get.
So everything under that, it has to do with the main goal, which is being peaceful, calm, happy, and everything being
moving.
So wait, but you added me to 2022, right? I'm in your vision board for 2022 because I'm part of your piece.
I'm gonna cut your face and put it on there. Yes.
On the piece, on the title, please.
I will.
Okay. You heard it here first. So she's not gonna show us her vision board, but just picture me up there.
Your face.
Say cheese. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
So.
But yeah.
I know that you said you're not gonna talk about a lot of things, but I want you at least to tell me. So how did your current experience, everybody knows what you went through this year. We're not going to go into details, but everybody knows what you have worked on this year. Can you give us like a little insight of like what was in your vision board for this year? A little bit. I know you don't want to talk about it.
You just keep pushing.
I know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go on negotiations. I'll go to your house today. I'll go to your house today if you show me the vision board.
Okay, no, stay here. No, can you still come? Because we have work to do. No, so something really like I can say that I did have a lot of real estate investment. The goals that I had as far as continuing to invest, continuing to grow my portfolio. So yeah, there was a lot of that. My business, I don't just have a real estate business. I have another business that, you know, I have a laundry business. It's not a
based in New York, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a secret. So, you know, I had to do a lot with growing my businesses.
Okay.
You know, but me,
how did the pandemic affect your visions? Nothing happened, or did you actually grow?
Oh yeah. Well, so I have 2 businesses. One of them stopped. It didn't. No, we survived.
No, I'm not saying bye. I'm saying that it slowed down. But
the real estate, as everybody knows, the pandemic happened, and yep.
So one said, "Let me take a little break," and the other one said, "I got you, girl."
Yeah. So that was So I guess that
balanced out.
Yeah. But yeah. So I just really if there's one thing that I think I encourage everybody to do end of year is gather your thoughts, gather your, what's bothering you right now, what you're struggling with, and focus on fixing that first, or working towards fixing that first.
And figure out what's your main goal. Yeah. Whatever it is yours, is personal. That's what she was trying to point. Like, hers was peace and happiness, and yours could be financial, yours could be family oriented. Whatever it is for you, you can create your own goals. Me personally, I'm going to add to it. I said, I tried it. I tried writing it down. I only wrote 4 things when I actually wanted 20. But I put it in my mind. And every morning, every day, every Monday, for example, today, it's Monday, was a reminder of what I wanted to achieve before the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And when I woke up, the first thing that came to my mind was, hit this guy up, call that guy, do this, do that, do that. So what happens is you start taking action on what you set for yourself. I do it mentally. She does it in a vision board. Whatever works for you, you just got to take it and do it. Nobody out there, no one is going to push you to do what you want to do. You have to push yourself in a daily basis to achieve your goals. Is anybody calling you in the morning? Wake up, let's get to work?
No, yeah.
You have to get up and do it yourself. Mm-hmm. And it's not easy. There are times that you're going to question it. I never have said this public, but I'm going to say it for the first time. I'm about to cry. Last year, at this time, I had to do Instacart. Something I have never done in my life. I have never had to Uber. I have never done anything regarding a quick job to get some money. And for the first time in my life, last year, at this time, I had to do Uber. I set myself on January, I can't do this anymore. I still did it for a little while more, but in my mind, I said I need to prepare myself for the end of the year. Because what happens is, we're all business people. Mm-hmm. I'm not there yet, but there's people that I work with who take all this months as vacations. They literally go 2 weeks away, then Christmas comes 2 weeks away. So all the expenses are put in vacation. They can spend their money on social media, content creation, and all that stuff. They focus that part when the year starts again. So I had to subsidize my income through Instacart. Mm-hmm. I did feel a little ashamed. I'm not going to lie. I felt bad that I had to do that. But now seeing in retrospect, I'm like, I'm a fucking boss.
Exactly.
Because I was willing to do whatever it took to stay in the business. And I still worked. There were customers that were calling me to make videos. I was still coming into the office regardless. But it took some time for me to readjust again. And now this year, I'm in a better position.
It's you know what? Everything is about the right timing for you. Because, I think with me, I had to put my life on hold because I was a mom and because,
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, feeling embarrassed. Here I am. I felt like I was just another statistic. I was just another single Latina with 2 kids
in the Bronx.
Like here I am, and I'm just another number. And for a very long time, I didn't feel like I was good enough. I didn't feel like I was smart enough. I didn't feel like and it takes time. It takes, I think it takes surrounding yourself with the right people. I always say that. I think that it's really your environment, and you have to get out of any negative environment that you're in and surround yourself with the right people that, believe in you, that see the best in you, that you can learn from. I think that's key, learning.
Mm-hmm.
You have to surround yourself with people that you learn from, because
they provided more than that's another thing, right? Time management. A lot of people don't know that it's time management, right? Sometimes we spend a lot of time in things that are not effective to our vision board. So, for example, if Indira spends too much time drinking, let's put that as an example, which you don't. Well, you do it in your house while you're analyzing your business deals. You like drinking a lot of wine, but you're working while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Other people, they go to a bar. You're spending money and you're not reaching your goals. When that time could be used more effective if you're in your house, drinking the same drink, whichever, but you're analyzing the next step. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't use their time effectively. I believe I need to use my time with less work, but but I'm reaching my goals. I set myself out 3 years ago to be where I am today. It takes time and it takes education.
Yep. And everything happens for a reason. I'm like the queen of saying that.
Yes, you are.
Because I am the queen of saying that. Because I think that, the things that you beat yourself up for example, me, single mom, 2 kids, and I used to beat myself up all the time. Like, it was just like, and that's really, I think that if I didn't have children at the age that I did, and I didn't have, a structure that they gave me because I had to have it, who knows? You know what I mean? So it's like, I think I fell into the role of a mom, and I had to be responsible whether I wanted to or not. And that gave me, that gave me purpose. That gave me structure. That gave me that motivation that I needed. I said, what, my kids need to have what I didn't have. So even though for a long time I was like, why,
confused.
Yeah. It's now I understand that they basically, this is why I am where I am today because of them. I can. And
you
say
had
that
to
now.
do that vision board, which created that structure for you to become who you are today.
Yeah.
And that's what you believe on it so much.
That does help me. I am a 100% believer in the vision board. The way that I do it, the reason why I do it is very meaningful. And, to me, it helps. It helps put things. I'm not the most organized person, I'll be honest. Like, I'm very, I have so much going on that there's a lot of things that I'm like, okay.
Sometimes you can't control everything because you got too much moving pieces.
But I think that's one thing about my life that I always try to make sure that I do, and I do on time, and I get it done, and I spend time planning it because it's important to me, and it has given me
structure,
some sort of structure. Yeah.
Thank you, Indira.
You're welcome, Cesar.
Thank you for sharing more than she was willing to share with me in private, by the way. Because I asked her for the vision board. She's like, I don't want to show it to you. But okay, yeah, we got over that part. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Do you have anything to say to people?
Get your vision board, or just do what you need to do at the end of the whatever ritual works for you at the end of the year. Do it. Try it. Be what's the word? Not confident. What am I trying to say? Like spiritual about it? I don't know if that's the right word.
Find your meaning. That's what you're trying to say. Find the meaning to that work, because it's not easy. That's what I want people to understand, that part. It's not that it's like you're going to find the answer to all your questions, but it will help you provide structure to your life and reach your goals in a more educated manner. I
think what I'm trying to say is find your peace. That's really what I'm trying to say. Find your peace, whatever brings you peace.
I'm your peace.
Oh my God.
You're going to put my face right next to it, so I have to be part of the peace.
First of all, you are not going on my vision board.
Ya me jodí. I'm out. I quit.
Let's just get that straight. No, but whatever brings you peace, whatever. You are going to be on my vision board. Yeah. I
am going to be under work related attributes, not in the peace part, because that's like.
No, but whatever brings you, whatever you have to do to bring you peace, and know that things are going to be okay. No matter what you're going through, life is short. So, and I am like the one person that probably shouldn't be saying that, because I beat myself up all the time. But everything, it takes time, and it takes, I think, a level of maturity to understand that things are going to be okay. Just have to work hard.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to stress, right? Because the problem is the winners in social media are the people who say, this is a quick, you can get this fast, you can reach your goals, you'll be happy quick. Nothing is quick. If it's quick, it's fake. It's not real, right? You can't buy a Bugatti with $10,000 in your account. Like, that's impossible. It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. So today, what you're doing today, it will pay off in the long run. Put in the time, put in the effort, and you'll be able to reach your goals. Make sure you do your vision board, whatever it takes, what structure it takes for you. Do it. take the action. Do it. Which is the part where a lot of people stay behind. That's why I insist so much on it. Yeah. Just do it. Well, Nike has the best brand because they say just do it. That thing sells. And it's because of the words that it's using. It's simple. It's a simple action. The answers will come one by one after you take action and the steps where you want to reach your goals.
Yes, sir. Agree. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Follow Indira Martínez at Indira Martínez or Homes by Indira. Follow this boy, your homeboy Cesar, to Total Social MG, the best media company in all North Jersey. So we were supposed to close the podcast, but
we're not going to.
I have the best customers in the world. Thank you so much for 2020.
2021.
Espérate, 2020 y 2021. I appreciate you guys, and I'm really thankful for everybody that I work with. You guys make my job very easy and it's meaningful. It's fun. I don't do it just to make the money. I also do it because it's a passion for me. But thank you guys so much for all the help this year. Indira, thank you for being here today. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Opening.
This is very it's very easy to have conversations with you because you make the conversation flow. So
y te saca un poquito más de lo que tú quieras hablar.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know me, and I know that
I don't know you.
You don't. Nobody knows me. But I know that, I'm putting myself out there, so it's only fair that people start really getting to know who I am, because it's just this.
But it's also like, and this is what I understand, and say this, and I add this to it, because I know some people sometimes say, I don't want my personal life out there. It's not everything. Yeah. We're only letting you into a point where you can understand the story and the reason why we're here. We're not telling you the reason why we made that decision, because that's a personal one. You can create content. You can talk about your life to the extent where you want to talk about. You don't have to say everything. It's your decision how much you want to let go.
And I think that the moment where you decide to share more is the moment you think sharing will help others.
Bingo.
So
she never was in social media, people. She only had like 1,000 followers at the time.
Actually, I think it was like 200.
There you go. And in a year, she has like 4,000, almost 5,000 on Instagram.
But that's because that's what we're doing.
But what I'm saying is, at the beginning, you had 200 because this wasn't your interest. No, once you started sharing, once you started talking about more what you were doing, not even the story like now. Now we went a little deeper. But before, it was only what you were doing at the time. People started liking who you were, and what you were doing, and what the actions you were taking, and they started following you. Today, you're able to share all this because you feel better about yourself, and because you know that you can help a lot of people that may be in your position or maybe worse position than you were. Yep. It's possible. Everything's possible.
We listen to a lot of motivational.
Hell yes.
I do that all the time. Yeah.
Listen, the amount of stuff that we have in our mind and the daily, come on. I have 40 plus customers, and at one time I probably have 20, 40 edits. I'm not lying. I can show it's proof.
I know, I've seen.
It goes, imagine my brain thinking about what I have to do in one day. You have to disconnect for a second.
But then the thing is that you're working and you're editing and you're handling your customers, but you're also thinking of growth. And how are you going to take your business to the next level?
And then I have to also think about, what are we going to record today?
Yeah.
Hey, Indira, let's do this. Hey, Dominic, let's do this. Hey, Wayner, let's do this.
Yeah.
Hey, JT, let's do this. Hey, it's someone else, let's do that. I have to, it's not easy, but I love it because I feel like for the first time in a long time, I'm useful, but not because you are giving the approval that I'm useful to you, but because my knowledge that I didn't have, and I trained myself to be here today, it's so important. That's why I'm so passionate about my work, is because when I wake up in the morning and I get to do what I do, it's a done deal.
We got this.
Boom. Peace.